Hey everybody, we are in Zapata, Texas right now, and we just finished going for a little bit, getting to meet some of the neighbors on the street and learning a little bit about their experiences during the power outage and the loss of water. And in some ways the stories are very similar to those we've been hearing across other parts of the state. People lost power for days, lost water for days, broken water lines. In almost every instance, they've been repaired already in this neighborhood, which is great to see. And in every instance, repaired by the folks who live here at their houses. And for the most part, people seem to be, at least that we've talked to, doing okay. And the biggest complaint I think that I heard, and this has been also consistent across other parts of the state, is I wish I knew this was happening. And if I had known, I could have prepared. And I could have prepared for my kids, could have prepared for myself, could have helped other neighbors in the area. So definitely some frustration, but also just incredibly good, kind people who are really focused on making sure that their families are okay and that their neighbors are okay. Also just, I don't know if you can tell behind me, just also a very beautiful part of the world. This sunset tonight, there's looks like a full moon in the direction that I'm looking right now, and just extraordinarily kind and warm people, as we have found in Roma, as we have found in the Rio Grande Valley, really as we found in almost every part of Texas that we have visited so far. And so they should not have had to have experienced this in any way, but they did their best to help the most, and that's definitely one of the stories that we're taking from this. Really great day starting out in the Rio Grande Valley, in FAR. You all know that we've been in Edinburgh. We were here in Hargill. We were in other parts, incorporated and not incorporated, at people's homes and out in the onion fields, and just learned a lot and got to see those who are helping a lot of people. You saw us with Lupe yesterday. Today you saw us with Bethel Mission in Roma. We've been asking here at Zapata how folks can help. And so there was the fire department.
Yeah.
I think the fire department is...
No, sheriff, I'm sorry.
Sorry, sheriff's department is doing a fundraiser and accepting donations and then trying to distribute those to the community. And one of the neighbors that we just talked to shared that information with Cynthia. And so if we can get it up and out there, we'll share it or just see if we can help directly. Hope everyone's doing okay. Hope that everyone that we've met so far along the way who didn't have water when we saw them or needed to make repairs has been able to get the water back on and the repairs made and everything fixed. And grateful to everyone who's been so generous in sharing their stories with us. So we are headed up to tomorrow. We'll be in Laredo and we'll build on the great work that people did in knocking on doors in Laredo today. We want to thank all the volunteers out there for all the doors that you all knocked on, all the people that you've been able to help. Certainly everybody who's been phone banking to seniors and then doing the follow-up phone banks, and then everyone who's donated so that we could get resources out to communities in need. And we've, again, as we shared with you, we've been focusing those resources on food, where it is most helpful, on water, where we could bridge the gap, especially in the early days of this when water was really hard for a lot of communities to come by, and now really focusing on housing and shelter, trying to keep people in their homes, trying to make sure that we assist them in successfully staving off eviction, helping with home repairs, and then in the case of Lupe, one of the organizations that we funded thanks to your contributions, literally getting debit cards to people who can use that if they need to buy food and pick what kind of food that they want to buy instead of receiving a box of food that's selected for them. Use it for home repairs, use it for medical costs, use it for whatever they need. And you met somebody who's been helped by that yesterday, if you followed our live stream, who's living in a home without much insulation and without a lot of protection against these storms and against the cold. So anyhow, we just wanted to say thank you. We're coming close to the end of our day of knocking on doors and being with people. just wanted to report out one last time before we drive a little bit further north. Kano, is there anything that I left out that you'd like to add?
Mary Lou says, Viva Zapata.
Viva Zapata.
Yeah.
It is good to be in Zapata. And we were trying to remember last time we were here where we ate in Zapata. Remember, Cynthia? Were you saying that we ate here last time?
Chicken fried steak. I can remember that, but we did because
here?
we heard that it was one of the best
Yeah,
out here.
When we were talking to one of the neighbors here, we were asking, what their favorite part of living in Zapata is, and they mentioned the food and the restaurants, and they talked about this world famous chicken fried steak, and Cynthia immediately lit up.
Yeah.
And said, you know what, I think I've had that chicken fried steak.
I have. I'm all about that, but too.
You're all about that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, good. Hope you all are good, wherever you are right now. Is this Thursday?
This is Thursday.
On this Thursday
It
evening.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This week has
Gone by. Yeah.
so quickly. It's just been so packed with so many people that we've met. So
Yeah.
grateful that we get to be out here.
Yeah. All right. It's a beautiful sunset behind
It's
you.
a beautiful sunset and a beautiful moon on the rise behind you, Connor.
And a nice breeze right now.
And,
Feels
I mean,
great.
What else do you want right now?
Perfect.
Okay. Well, you all be well, and we'll check in from the road tomorrow, either in Laredo or points beyond. Okay.
Have a
Adios.
good night.
Bye bye.